The Minister of Education, Janet Museveni, came out to reveal that there is not going to be A level or senior 5 and senior 6 starting from next year. And because our education system has been backwards for a long period of time, even the curriculum, I said, how can you tell me that a person who started senior 6 last year started the same curriculum which was started by our former fathers after independence, because it was the same history, same geography, same everything. Canadian Premier is studying geography from another country. So our education sector needed some refurbishment, needed some change, and I think we are progressing to the right direction. So the Minister of Education, Janet Museveni, came out and said these statements. Here's a tape.
Indeed, the ministry commenced the process of reviewing the A-level curriculum. However, we later decided to slow down the pace and instead focus our attention, efforts, and resources on consolidating the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum, meaning a curriculum of O-level. Since financial year 2019-2020 to 2022-2023 alone, the government has invested at least 130 billion shillings in the development and rollout of the revised lower secondary curriculum. This excludes the initial funding injected in the earlier stages prior to financial year 2019-2020. And I must say that we still are in need of more resources to ensure that our schools are well acquainted with what it takes to implement the revised lower secondary curriculum the way it was designed to be implemented. Therefore, we believe that it is not wise to embark on another rigorous venture of full view of the A-level curriculum in the environment of limited resources across government. We cannot afford at this time to withdraw resources from the implementation of the newly introduced revised lower secondary curriculum. Doing that shall completely mess up both the new and the old. We have been guided by the technical teams in the ministry that having learners of the revised lower secondary curriculum progress into A-level and utilize the existing advanced level curriculum does not in any way compromise their subject combinations. Furthermore, it does not jeopardize the academic grounding expected of them upon joining higher education. In a nutshell, let us first consolidate the implementation of the revised lower secondary curriculum before embarking on an overhaul of the A-level curriculum. So this is our position as a ministry regarding the A-level curriculum. I am
Download the app on App Store or Google Play Store now. Vision Digital Experience, the future of media.
That is the Minister of Education. And for me, among the very many things the NM government has done, this one is a good idea, because as we progress, education of acquiring knowledge only, it's not good. We are in the era where skills matter. The reason as to why China, Singapore, America have advanced is because of the skills they have. Because if you have skills, you have both skills and the knowledge. Gone are the days of studying knowledge which is not applicable. Okay? So for me, I think that is the right decision by the Minister of Education to talk about this. Okay? Even General Kaguta Museveni came out and confirmed this. Although it has even come late. General Museveni is always late. Kenya transited from that, they're in TVETs. Tanzania the same. In fact, Kenya transited, I think, like 10 years ago. Uganda is only catching up. Okay? Even General Museveni confirmed by saying this. Here's the tape.
Had paid for me because he had cows. But so many children who were with me in the primary school dropped out because they didn't have cows like my father. From our primary school now, the only people whom you have heard of are people like me, Kategaya. There were two others who became Makerere there. But in the school were like 400 children, but they all disappeared. Therefore, I said, please, this is a type of murder. When people are not educated, it is like you are killing them. So that's why that time we said, we have got a lot of things to do, but can we please educate our children in the government schools for free? But people don't easily agree.
Museveni appreciates that indeed the world is moving away from education of acquiring knowledge and accolades, but rather embracing skills and expertise.
And the second one is the skills of the hand and the head, the skills compared to just general knowledge. Now, Africa was colonized. We had very complicated society here. We had kings, we had magicians, we had singers, we had all those people. But we lacked science and technology.
So that's
why recently I was telling you, please pay attention to science people first.
That is General Kaguta Museveni. So our education sector needed some aggressive change. But the only question is the government competent to handle that paradigm shift? Because General Museveni is even becoming older, NRM is an incompetent government. Will they deliver? But away from politicking, that's the right direction we are supposed to take. However, let me also take this opportunity, because we are in a country of politics, we are under a dictatorship. There is no best service delivery if we have a bad political environment. And we are nearing election come 2026. It's time to clean our political environment so that we can get what we want. I remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabyesula Imani Mawagali, the next MP for Makindi East constituency. See you on another one. Peace.
Yes, Kabyesula Imani Mawagali. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makindi East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makindi East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.